Hello and welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be about a topic that you see debated a lot online, and I was quite curious for myself whether this topic actually has the validity that's given to it online. So I thought, why not do a test and find out for ourselves? So what we're going to be looking at today is potentiometers, which are these little guys, aka your volume and tone control. And how much do they affect the sound of your guitar if you were to change them? As well as the capacitors, which control how much of, or the frequency of the tone that's rolled off on your instrument when you adjust the tone control. So what happened was, I have my Les Paul here, and you've seen this in other videos possibly. There's a video where the pickups were changed out to the Wolfetone pickups. You can check that video out for more details on there. And I did a test on this guitar playing through my Clark Beaufort, which is a Tweed Deluxe clone, mic'd with a Sennheiser E906 to test it prior to the change of all the potentiometers and the capacitors, henceforth called pots and caps, just for easy reference here. And I kept the Wolfetone Dr. Vintage in the neck, but the bridge pickup was subbed out. The Marshall head came out and a Seymour Duncan distortion was put in place. So the test will only be for the neck pickup because that's the consistent pickup between these two tests. So what was in the guitar was your classic Gibson setup here. So I'll do a close-up on this, and there's a shot of it in the guitar. These are 300K pots that Gibson puts in, but recommended are 500K pots for humbuckers and 250K pots for single coil pickups like in a Strat or something like that. But Gibson tends to put 300K pots in there for some reason. And these are the ceramic disc caps. If you go online, everybody gets very excited about fancy caps like bumblebee caps or orange drop caps, or paper and oil caps type things, and they cost a lot of money, and the vintage guitars have some of these, and hence their desirability, whereas these kind of capacitors are seen as cheaper and whatnot. Gibson kind of sometimes mounts them on the plate like this, and I had this professionally resoldered and redone by a technician who took this piece out, and what we replaced them with were these 500K CTS pots, which are highly liked on the internet, hence why I got them. And they do have a very nice turn to them, I have to say. And if you're looking to change out your Gibsons, you need the tall ones like this to fit through here. The types of pots that were put in to this guitar are audio taper pots for the volume controls, which are logarithmic and tend to have a more natural sound to them as they turn off, and linear taper pots in the tone control. With the audio taper pots, what you're going to notice is the volume rolls off pretty fast, and most of the controls is in the high end numbers, and once you go down to the low end numbers, there's not much going on there. Whereas the tone is the opposite, there's not much going on in the high end numbers, and really the action starts out in the lower end numbers, which is your conventional type setup. So what we want to do here today is compare before the upgrade and the after the upgrade of the electronics in the instrument, and does it make that much of a difference? First off, I totally apologize and have to give a disclaimer here. The tones and examples when everything is at 10 on both of these are intact, but unfortunately there was a corruption in the video files of the before examples of rolling the volume and tone on and off, which I'm really sorry, because that's really the purpose to hear the differences between them. So I'll just have to sort of orally give you the difference. If you have a Gibson, you can sort of compare your guitar to this one, and I hope still this might help in some capacity. Preliminarily, after viewing the footage that was shot for this, I'll give you my personal opinion on this. Number one, the pros, and again, keep in mind, these are brand new pots that are being put in versus pots that were 22 years old. And the reason I changed them was there was a lot of dirt and noise coming in, and you'd hear it grinding in here kind of thing on the volume, on one of the volumes in this tone, I think, too. So it was time for a change. So pros would be that you definitely, when rolling off, you notice an immediate responsiveness in these CTS pots, better than the Gibson pots. I have to say that. There seems to be an exactness to the numbers that you see. So if you like to roll off and control these a lot, those CTS pots are quite good. They've got a very nice rotation to them. They're quite firm, and I like that. But the Gibson ones were good too. I didn't find they were weak or loose or overly, under responsive or anything of that nature. In terms of the tone though, I guess 500K pots are supposed to sound a bit brighter than the 300K pots, but wide open, I don't really notice that big a difference. Maybe you do. Obviously they're cleaner, they're a bit more responsive, those are good things. Tonally, whatever, didn't really find that makes a big difference. The guitar now has orange drop caps in there too, the .022 ones, some Les Pauls have the .047, which they claim gives a darker tone. The number essentially suggests the frequency that is rolled off on your tone control. I'm sorry about the sort of miscomparisons. If you've got other information or comments or suggestions or viewpoints or feedback or anything positive to add to this, please post in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I hope that helps you out, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.